Hi guys, it's Gabe and I'm gay and welcome back to the podcast. Season 2, let's hear it. We did it. We're in season 2. And yeah, if you hear in the background, that is my clapping, but I'm not currently clapping. And it's really funny because I could have this going on in the background the whole time. It's a loop, so my power. This is the literal definition of what a clap on the back is. Well, anyways, how are we doing? It's been a week, you guys, since we last talked, and the smoke is gone. It feels like the whole world has changed. Literally, it feels like everything's changed. Taylor Swift lyric reference there. But I mean that quite literally because literally the world we have outside right now is not the same world we had 3 days ago. And that's what's so great about, this area we're living in. We have the most chaotic, all over the place, unpredictable weather. Even the weathermen are quaking in their boots because they don't even know what's going on. So that right there is the reason why I am honored to announce that the smoke is gone.
Yeah, give it up for no smoke.
As you can tell, the production level on our podcast has changed quite a bit. All that's happened is I just scroll up to the effect option and press it for once. So that's the big change. No, I'm just kidding. We are working today with a big announcement. If you didn't listen to last episode, which you should have, but if you didn't, we are collaborating with the Nevada Sagebrush now, which is so cute, so fun, and so new, literally. And I'm so excited to announce it. I'm so excited to collaborate, and I'm also excited to be starting the season so soon. I was not expecting to start the season so soon. And I mean that by I did not think season 1 was going to end when it did. But to be fair, we did do 14 weeks of season 1. I think we might have done 15. I may be losing my mind for a second. And I will explain to you why I am slowly losing my mind in a moment. But we did a bunch of weeks in season 1. And I cannot believe we managed to do an episode every week. That's pretty good. I did not miss many weeks. And if I did, I was on roller coasters doing an episode that way. So, it's kind of, you take what you get, I'm also going to try this filter here. I don't know what it is. It's called Paul Stretch. So I'm going to just say Paul Stretch and then we'll find out what happens. It's going to be a thing for you and I to experience here. Ready? And that was the worst thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Absolutely no. Gross. Take it away. Never again. It felt like a very realistic slow motion on a voice. Like if I could slow down a voice, but also in a smooth way. That's what that would be. Like if ASMR was combined with slow motion, it would be that effect right there. So now that we've experienced that and we know we're never going to use it again, unless I randomly do it and surprise you, because, I'm unpredictable and funny. Bring the clapping. Yeah, whenever I feel bad, I'm just gonna play the clapping sound effect. I just said clapping, so weird. We're not gonna talk about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna play that back whenever I upload something to Canvas. Whenever I get homework done, I'm gonna play that, and it's gonna be what it is, and it's gonna be great. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. Cry. No, but I didn't really say much today, and we're only 4 minutes in. So as we know, I'm going to elaborate on some of the points that I made earlier. The smoke is gone. We have clear skies. I'm able to see in front of me, to the left of me, to the right of me. And when I turn my head, I can see behind me. So that is a shocking, shocking moment for me. And I also found out that a lot of people were potentially almost hitting pedestrians trying to drive because they could barely see in front of them. And that is something that is both scary and logical and makes sense. And you know what? To be honest with you guys, I also found out, I think I mentioned this in the last episode, I was having a really bad, severe allergy reaction. There you go. It came out. Oh no. Why did they let the stutter kid get the podcast? What I was attempting to say before my final brain cell decided to stop for a second is that my allergic reaction was not from the smoke, and it was indeed actually from, try and guess, laundry detergent. That's right, you guys. Dawn was taking me out. Dawn said goodbye to your clear Accutane skin that you worked months on. I am going to ruin your day. I am going to ruin your night, and I am going to run away so fast as I do it. And so, me and this brand called, I think it's called CeraVe, have been partnering up to try to clear my skin up. And so far, it's been working pretty good. My skin is looking on the side up. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to try out the effect. I didn't even know what it was called. And I'm not gonna lie, I really love the dynamics of it. There were some that were nice and slow, some were nice and fast, well paced, and then some were just, I actually loved that entire thing. Imagine if I did that for an entire episode. What if this episode is only 10 minutes and I just replay it 3 times, just like how I did the words? And then what? What are you gonna do? You're just gonna cry? You're gonna listen to the whole thing? No, you're gonna go and carry on with your day and never listen to me again. But joke's on you guys, I do have some fun little things to talk about today. In matter of fact, this is the first episode that I have made a bulletin point list. That's right, I know, it's crazy. I've made a bulletin point list of all of my points for once. I'm organized. I'm doing something good. I'm being productive. This is crazy, unexpected, unnecessary, but accepted. So, number 1 on the list. Who would have known that having better friends would make a semester better? I will have you know that I thought of that concept in my car today, and I wrote it down as, you know what, I am going to add this into the podcast because it is so true. I have had such a good semester so far simply because I don't have extremely toxic friends who are telling me I'm not creative or artistic. So, and other things. So, you know, I didn't know the power of a friendship dynamic could be so strong. And now I'm realizing that when you have no friends, you know, it's kind of better. On a real note, though, it actually gets kind of awkward sometimes because you'll just be like walking around, listening to Taylor Swift or something, and then you'll just see your ex-bestie just like chilling around doing their thing. And it's just like, hey, remember me, you know, your best friend for like 8 months, you know? Hi, hello, how are you doing? Are you okay? I know I'm not. I'm just kidding. No, but okay. Second off on this bulletin list is the fact that since we are in this space now where it is officially September 21st, and I know the date doesn't necessarily matter to you guys, but September 21st is technically one of the first days of fall. Not really, because technically Thursday is, but I don't have an episode on Thursday, so today's the first day of fall according to me because this is the first episode before fall. Oh, that was not a filter. I'm literally done because it literally sounds just like a filter, but it wasn't. Okay. I think I already said that. Anyways, back to the concept. What I was saying was, is since technically fall is starting on Thursday, there is a lot to celebrate. For one, being the fact that the weather is nice outside, nice and clear, nice and beautiful. It's kind of not, there's some clouds, some rain, you know, but who said rain was bad? Wasn't me. Honestly, Reno weather is crazy because it'll rain for like 30 seconds and then it'll just go away. And I had like a horror movie experience the other day. I was outside taking photos of lightning. At least I was trying to, you know, practice, you know, kind of thing. My Benjamin Franklin era. But I was out there and I am pointing my camera toward where the lightning was because it kept going on in the same place for like 5 minutes long. And so I was trying to take a photo of it. And then the lightning just stopped going. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wait 30 seconds. And if the lightning doesn't come back or flash once, then I'm going to go. And so I'm sitting there. And then all of a sudden in the background, I just hear like little raindrops. I'm like, oh, it's just starting to, you know, drizzle a little bit. And then it just like raises like a little bit more and then a little bit more. And it was like in 5 seconds time, it went from having no rain, no sign of rain, except for like lightning in the distance, to full on hail. And I was getting hailed on. I was like losing, like my head was getting dented just by the fact that I was outside. And so I was literally shook. It was one of those moments where you just like step back and you look at the sky and you're like, what am I supposed to do now? I cannot oh my God. I will have you know, I'm keeping in all of my stutters today just because it'll make it seem like an effect. And that's what's so unique about it. Anyways, I couldn't seek shelter. I couldn't find a safe place, a safe space. All I had was my camera, which I didn't want to get rained on or hailed on, and the only hail it gets is from me when I press the shutter button. And then I just want to get back to my room, my apartment, and I'm like close to it, so I'm taking off, and I'm like recording a Snapchat story. If you have me on Snapchat, you kind of saw the story of me getting hailed on, and it's kind of chaotic, So if you did see that, like, congratulations, you're in the quote club. But if you didn't, like, good for you. Anyways, basically, what I'm trying to say is that Reno weather is all over the place, and it's really chaotic, and you never know what's going to happen, or where, or how, and when it happens, you just got to accept it and run for your life. And so, bring an umbrella wherever you go is what I'm trying to say, because you never know when you're going to need to whip that baby out, not indoors, but you're never going to know when you need to whip it out and slay the day, slay the rain away. But I won't lie, I tend to look better when I am, like, drenched from the rain for some reason. I think it's because I like my hair wet, but that was totally not on the schedule. That was not on the bulletin board list. Sorry. And it's not a bulletin board, it's just like a point list. I don't know why I keep calling it a bulletin board list. I'm a loser. Anyways, so the midterms are coming up. Midterms. Oh, midterms. My sweet summer child. It's fall child. Yeah, midterms are not the funnest, most fun, no, that's not a word, most fun, but I will say this is the first semester I've had, you're not gonna believe this, guys, where I actually felt okay taking classes. Like, yeah, I get homework, but, like, I get good homework, the homework will be write an essay. I can write an essay, right now. I could write an essay tomorrow night. I could write an essay. It's more about when I want to write the essay, and that's debatable. But the essay side of things isn't that bad. I'm not doing, like, scientific type of research things, which I'm enjoying. I'm not having to do some extremely psychotic homework, math, and algebra type thing. So that's good. And the fact that I finished math last semester and I'm no longer having to deal with it is probably one of the best things I can say right now, is, like, I am done with math. That can never show up in my life again. X plus whatever can go away and leave me alone for the rest of my life, and I would be perfectly fine with that. Next, I will say this. As somebody who hasn't necessarily enjoyed a whole midterm season, I am nervous. And that's, like, one thing I can't give you guys advice on, is, like, what's going to happen during the midterm season. Because if I'm being real with you, I don't even know. I haven't experienced a whole midterm myself. So, like, I've done midterm tests and stuff, but I haven't done a midterm test where I was taking, like, 3 of them at the same time. So, it's got me shaking in my boots. It's got me nervous. It's got me a little bit not prepared. It's got me a little bit stressing at night, a little teardrop, an extra teardrop to cry about, but as we experience it, I feel like I have this thing in my life, like I tend to overthink things until I actually do them, and so once I actually do it, it's not that bad, and then the things I go and I think are really easy, I end up doing, and then they flop or they're really hard, and then I cry, and that's a normal thread in my life. Not that you asked, but I just thought I would inform you. You know what? This is a safe space. Okay, this is a safe space for me to communicate my emotion, and that is what I'm using it as. Anyways, did you guys hear that Snapchat has a website now? No, seriously though. I woke up one morning and Team Snapchat was like, hey Gabe, so basically, hear me out. We know we've been, like, hanging around and, like, kind of hinting it toward you, and we're not really sure how you're gonna feel about this, but you know what, we're just gonna tell you Snapchat has a website out right now, and you can go on it. And you know what, I haven't gone on it. I'm going on it right now. I'm gonna find out how it is right now. Snapchat for web. You guys should go on it right now with me. First thing off the bat, I open it, browser not supported, and it's not like I'm using some, like, crazy browser. I'm using Firefox. I'm literally using Firefox, which is basically Chrome if you don't want to have a slow memory on your computer. So, like, please, what is your damage? Now I have to go get Chrome. No, not get Chrome, but I have to open up Chrome. And, okay, hear me out. You guys should do this with me. It is there's no W's in it. I lied. It's It's web.snapchat.com, and press enter and it'll like load up. You know how technology works. And I'm gonna sign in right now, and I'm not gonna say my information out loud because I know sometimes I would say it underneath my breath, and then all of a sudden my stuff would get hacked, and then people will do really weird stuff on my Snapchat, and I don't want people to do really weird stuff on my Snapchat because I have a reputation I like to upkeep, and I don't want people to sign in to my Snapchat, which makes sense. Okay, I'm signed in. Are you signed in? Actually, just because I don't want to get hacked into, I got a text message on my code to sign in, so now I have to use that. Hold on. Okay, I got the code. Okay, it's like a whole mission. Okay, this is an experience. Personally, you and I are coming in together. Oh, now I gotta confirm it in Snapchat. How many steps are there to this thing? My gosh. Okay, yes, accept. Okay, I'm in. Oh my, welcome. Now I have to do a tutorial? Are you serious? Say JK. Be mindful of key experiences. How about you be mindful of my importance of getting here on time? Whoa, okay, I'm in, and it literally looks hella crazy. Oh my god, is it gonna... I just got like chills. This looks really janky, y'all. Oh god, okay, this is scary. I was not expecting it to look like this. Help! Snapchat on the web is actually... Wait, my webcam is connecting to this? Legit? No way. Whoa! Oh my gosh! My webcam connected to this. Now I can make a Snapchat and be like, hi guys, I'm recording the podcast. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm so intelligent. I'm so quirky. Even though I look like trash right now, I'm just gonna do it anyways. Here we go. Are you ready? You guys are about to be on the episode or my Snapchat story. You ready? Hi guys. So, it can only do photos? Can I not record video? Hello? Okay, we're just doing a picture. Let's do a picture together, y'all. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna talking to my... Nope, looks really bad. Retaking it. This isn't Be Real, so I can do that. Nope, still looked awful. Trying again. Here we go. One last try, y'all. Here we go. And now my camera just turned... Okay, there we go. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Smile. Yay. Okay, I got an average mid photo. Photo taken while recording my podcast because I am so quirky and cool, and you should forever be my friend. Cool. And save it to... It saves it as a PDF, a JPEG, sorry. And then you can't move the text box. You just have to choose the selected area. So, and send to, and you can't post your story. What was the point? I am literally so embarrassed that I spent that whole moment there just for me to not be able to send this to anybody. You know what? I'll just send it to my best friends and see what happens and watch panic arrive. I'm gonna choose so much panic. And it's gonna be so cool. And I'm gonna be so quirky. There we go. Okay, I sent it out. So many people are gonna see this. Oh my god. Nobody's gonna see it though. Not actually. Snap sent. Mission accomplished. There we go. So yeah, you cannot view stories on this website. You cannot also see videos or make videos, and you can open snaps though, so that's good. You can indeed open snaps. People are already responding to me. My phone is blowing up. Oh god, I should not have sent that Snapchat. Anyways, what else was on my list here? Let's dive a little bit deeper, shall we? Oh yes. I don't remember. It's not on the list. Give me another second. I am so great at this, as you can tell. Oh, okay. I got it, you guys. I got it. You guys ready? Let's talk about these meal plans. And I think I talked about it maybe a little bit in a couple episodes before, but when I tell you that I am on the edge with these people, oh my lord, I go to the habit And I'm like, you know what? It was my habit last semester to get me a nice little charburger with a little fries or whatever and do like a little swipe thingy. And then they're like, do you have the silver plan? And I'm like, honey, what? The silver plan? No, I have like the normal person plan. Like the plan, that costs like $5,000. That plan. That's the one I have. And it's like not enough apparently. Like why? Why do I need $10,000 of a meal plan just for a $10 meal every couple days? Like, can you give us a more reasonable side one? Like, we had some reasonable side ones, but then it's like you get to have it once a week. Like, what about one that's, I don't know, kind of mid or kind of more usable? Can't we have a, I don't know, more logistical one? And then that way you guys would get more money and I could be happy again, and then we could smile and dance and look at the sunset, and I could eat my charburger without having to spend money out of my Apple Wallet. Like, can't we do something like that? Can't we make a little, I don't know, plan, like something good to happen? You feel me? Like, can't we do an accomplishment? I don't know. I just feel like UNR recently really doesn't want us to be happy. Personally, I am quite offended by their attempts to do that, and I find it very unsuitable, and I'm going to be a Karen about it, and I'm going to contact all of the higher ups. No, I don't know. I just feel like they could do so many better things and make so many people happy, but they pursue violence. They pursue violence on these students. They don't pursue health. They don't pursue kindness. No. What do they pursue? They pursue I am sorry. It was, I got the idea, and then I couldn't say no, and it was worth it. I gave myself a 10 out of 10 for my editing skills today. Yeah, so true. But besides that fact, listen, UNR, hear me out. Do better. Do good. Choose good. Choose happiness. I don't know why I'm technically shocked, though, because recently there's been a lot of issues with UNR's food stuff. Like, for example, another issue. I went into Argenta the other day. Me and my friend were going to have a nice little, cute little, fun little, jumpy, fun little, cute little lunch, right? And she has a class, like how normal people do. And we all have classes. And so she was like, I only have 45 minutes or so to eat. And I was like, okay, yeah, we can make that work. We can find a cute little way in, so that's what I thought. We got this. We're going to do good. We got this. We can achieve this. We got the time. We got the levels. We got everything in plan. We got everything prepared. Okay. And I was like, great. We got this. We're doing perfectly good. And then, bam. We go to the place. It took like a 15-minute walk, and the place being Argenta, by the way. I go to Argenta with her, and we worked so hard to walk across the entire campus. Like, does that make sense? And then all of a sudden, I get to the campus, and you guys aren't going to believe this. The food there has a freaking 35-minute wait. 35 minutes. 35 minutes. And we just spent 10 minutes walking there. And 35 plus 10, that equals 45, you guys. So what are we supposed to do? So we had to go eat, like, vegetables. We had to eat fruit. Fruit, I tell you. Whose idea was this? Why would you do this to me? Why would you do that to her? She didn't do anything wrong. She was always nice. Instead, we had to get something else. We couldn't get pizza. We couldn't get cheeseburgers. We couldn't get what we wanted, and we had to take something else. And you would think that that's not a problem, but when you're paying $5,000 a semester for it, what are you supposed to do? I could put that money toward cameras. I could put it toward, I don't know, happiness. I could put it toward my therapy bill. Yeah, I could. But you know what, UNR? It's cool. We can make him pay for food he won't even like. It's sad. Sometimes I just have to sit here and reminisce about that day and think about how things just went so wrong, so fast, and so ruthlessly. And we were never able to look back. So disappointing. But besides that point, there's just things we could do better. And I also heard that the workers are being worked wrong. And that's kind of just dirty and mean. And we don't like that. So, UNR, there's a lot of things you could do better. And you should, I don't know, try. Just kidding. That sounded really mean. I love you, UNR. Just some things are just, come on now. It's the smallest things that make the biggest impact on our lives. And it doesn't have to be like extreme math. It's like extreme math games. That's how hard it is. It's as hard as extreme math games is to real math games. Okay? That's the difference between what you could be doing versus what you actually are doing. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, UNR, I just wish that I didn't have to starve and eat watermelon for $5,000. Watermelon for $5,000. Everybody listen to this. Watermelon for $5,000. Do you know what you could do with $5,000 and not pay for a food plan? It's just disappointing, UNR. But it's okay. We got this. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I know that came off really weird. It gave really bad frat boy vibes. I felt it too. Don't worry. But thank you guys so much for coming to the first episode of the second season of Gay Converse with Gabe Kanae. That's me. Lay it down. I would find the, you know what? There we go, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy to be in the new season. I just get cut off. But actually, though, I want to thank the Nevada Sagebrush for sponsoring our podcast and working with us today. And also, I have a bunch of articles on there because I am their opinion editor. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, my opinions are strong. And so I create articles out of them. So you can find more information on nevadasagebrush.com. Yes. And I also, or may not also, have 3 articles right on the front page. And this is also your reminder that the information, views, and opinions provided in this podcast are exclusive to me and does not reflect the positions of the University of Nevada, Reno, or the Nevada Sagebrush. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to today's episode. I'm sorry we're like a minute and 45 minutes short. If you would like, I will extend us another couple minutes by doing a pause stretch. And if you don't want to hear the pause stretch, you can leave the podcast when it starts. So if you do want to hear it, though, good for you. Maybe there's something at the end of the pause stretch. What if there's really important information at the end of it? Will you know? Do you care? Okay, I'm done. Goodbye. I said goodbye, and I'll see you guys next week, and slay the day. There's a lot more time left than I thought there was going to be. This is kind of embarrassing. Goodbye. Is anyone going to talk about this intro I made? I kind of worked kind of hard on it. I thought you guys might like it, What do I know?